He sits upon the highest throne, the King of Kings, the Father of gods and men. To the world, he is a savior. But look closer into his eyes, and you will see the burden of a tyrant. How did a frightened, abandoned child, hidden in the darkness of a cave, transform into the ruthless ruler of the cosmos? The journey was not written in glory, but in blood. We know the myths of his victories, but history is often a lie agreed upon. To understand the monster on the throne, we must first understand the boy who survived. The journey to the top was not written in glory, but in blood. This is the story of Zeus, not the hero you know, but the tyrant he was forced to become. Before he was a god, he was prey. His father, the Titan king Cronus, ruled the Golden Age, but Cronus was consumed by a prophecy that his own children would overthrow him. Fear turned into madness. To cheat fate, Cronus did the unthinkable. As soon as his children were born, Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, Poseidon, he devoured them one by one. Only one escaped. Rhea, a mother broken by grief, refused to lose her last child. When she felt the birth of Zeus approaching, she fled to the island of Crete. There, she devised a trick. She presented the Titan King with a stone wrapped in swaddling clothes. Blinded by his own paranoia, Cronus swallowed the rock whole, believing his throne was safe. While his siblings suffered in the acid of their father's stomach, Zeus grew up in secret. Raised by nymphs and fed on the milk of a divine goat, the boy grew strong. But he wasn't just growing strong. He was growing angry. Every day, he looked towards Mount Othrys, knowing his brothers and sisters were trapped inside a monster. He prepared for war. The time for hiding ended. Zeus returned to his father's court, not as a son, but as an assassin in disguise. He tricked Cronus into drinking a mixture of nectar and mustard. The potion worked instantly. One by one, the Titan purged his swallowed children, fully grown and ready to fight. The family reunion was over. The Titanomachy had begun. For 10 years, the earth shook. The Titanomachy was not just a war, it was an apocalypse. The young gods fought with fury, but the Titans were immortal. In a brutal defeat, often forgotten, Zeus lost. Typhon didn't just beat him, he butchered him. The monster severed the sinews of Zeus's hands and feet, leaving the king of gods helpless. With the power of lightning, the Titans fell. Zeus cast his own father and the old order into the eternal darkness of Tartarus. He was now the king. But peace was short-lived. Gaia, the Earth Mother, furious at the imprisonment of her children, birthed a final nightmare. Typhon, a monster so vile, he eclipsed the sun. Panic gripped Olympus. The other gods fled to Egypt, disguising themselves as animals. Only Zeus stood his ground, but bravery is not enough against a force of nature. In a brutal defeat, often forgotten, Zeus lost. Typhon didn't just beat him, he butchered him. The monster severed the sinews of Zeus's hands and feet, leaving the king of gods helpless. Zeus lay broken in a cave, but he had something Cronus never did. Loyalty. Hermes, the trickster god, stole back the sinews and healed his king. Restored, Zeus unleashed his full fury. He lifted Mount Etna and crushed Typhon beneath it. The monster was trapped, But the fear remained in Zeus's heart forever. He had won every war, yet Zeus saw enemies everywhere. The prophecy that killed his father now haunted him. A son of yours will surpass you. To keep his throne, Zeus committed the very sin he despised. When he learned his wife Metis was pregnant, he swallowed her whole. The savior had become the monster. He secured his rule not through justice, but through absolute, ruthless paranoia. He reigns eternal, but he reigns alone. Zeus is a reminder that absolute power corrupts absolutely. If you enjoyed this deep dive, subscribe to Mythic Realm. Which god should we expose next? Tell us in the comments.